OnPassive Nation, that's our team, had a webinar with Ash a couple days ago, and normally I would come on the next day and do kind of an update video and give it to you all, but it really has taken a couple of days to get my little pea brain wrapped around what Ash shared with Marty, Dan, and I. I'm Mike Ellis, by the way. And a good example of just where Dan and I were. The first hour and a half, we talked with Ash, and it was just between the four of us. And then after that, we did a recording for our team. And the last 20 minutes that Ash talked, really just Dan, Marty, and I, we just listened. That's all we did. We listened and we let Ash talk. And I can tell you it was absolutely awesome. I mean, awesome. And if you know Dan, Marty, and I, we have a really, really active imagination. We know where we want to go. We know where we want to be, and we know how to get there. But after Ash was done talking to us, and he stopped talking, there was complete silence on the webinar. I really think Ash thought that Marty, Dan, and I had left. I mean, that's how quiet it was. And then, of course, Ash, after about 10, 12 seconds, kind of broke the silence with some humor and brought us back to reality. But anytime you can cause Marty and Dan to be speechless, believe me, you've done something pretty dang high, because that does not happen. These guys are never at a loss for words. But the things that Ash was telling us literally left us speechless. And it has taken me a couple of days just to get my mind wrapped around it. And I can tell you, whatever you thought OnPassive was, it's 100 times bigger. And really, when we got done with the recording and the webinar, we were absolutely giddy. There are a lot of things we can't tell you right now, but they will roll out over the course of the next weeks as we get closer to OnPassive. But Ash told us things that all of you, when you hear them, you really will be giddy, because it shows you not only the magnitude of OnPassive and how many people are just going to be running into OnPassive, but what it will do for your life, your bottom line. Now, what I'd like you to do today, now, I'd like you to give yourself permission to think about your new life. And I know for a lot of people out there that you're going to go, well, that's just kind of weird. I mean, I live in reality. This is my life. It's not going to change. This is where I'm at. And the reason I want you to think about your new life, what you want it to be, how you want it to look, is because if you can't see it in your imagination, it's just really, really hard to bring it into fruition, to make it real for you, to make it happen. So I want you to take the next couple of minutes and think about your new life, what it looks like, how you take care of your family, how your bottom line looks, what you're driving, how you're seen in the community, all of those things. Take the time, give yourself the permission to do that. And the reason I'm saying that is because what we saw with Ash, what he gave us, what he shared with us a couple of days ago, believe me, you can now do that, and it will become a reality. Once you do that, once you have in your mind's eye what you want your life to look like, after you get there, I want you to multiply it by 10. It's even bigger than that. So as we move forward and you're thinking about OnPassive, be patient. Understand that when Ash gets this right, he is going to launch it. I don't think it's that far away. It's not 10 years away. It's not a year away. But whatever the time frame is, be patient with it. Because as Ash unrolls OnPassive, that image of your new life, in my heart, in my mind, will be a reality. Especially, I think, for everybody in OnPassive, but especially for the people in our team, OnPassive Nation. That's how big this thing is. You know, one of the things that Ash shared with us is he talked about the GoFounder position, the $97 position that locks people into OnPassive. And I had heard this before, but I thought it was really, really interesting because it clicked. I finally got it. Ash talked about the GoFounders, and he said, you know, I really don't care how many GoFounders we have, whether it's 1,000, whether it's 50,000, whether it's 100,000. It just doesn't matter to him. He's more interested in the quality of the people that are coming into OnPassive. He wants people with good hearts who care about each other, that want to have a place that will impact lives all over the world. And really, that was his key. He wants to impact people all over the world with OnPassive. He wants people to have the opportunity to improve their life. That's such a big deal. And when I understood that, yeah, we only need, actually, we don't need any GoFounders in OnPassive. We don't need them. But if we had 1,000, that would be more than enough. 50,000, that's a ton. But the bottom line with the GoFounder position, Ash wanted good quality people coming in as GoFounders because of the impact OnPassive is going to have on their life. And what he wanted them to do was to take that vision, take that community throughout the world and share it with people. That was his goal, to impact people around the world. That is so cool and so heartfelt for Ash to want to do that. Ash doesn't need the money. He's not doing this for the money. He is a people person. He is doing this to build a community of people who care about people and to impact the world. For me, for OnPassive Nation, and we have a great team, that is who we are attracting. That is who is on our team. Moving forward with OnPassive, this is just going to be so cool. Excuse me, guys, as we get closer to launch. But as you start thinking about your new life, as you start thinking about impacting people, keep in mind that OnPassive is going to allow you to do both things, and that's what we want to do as a team. As you think about bringing in more GoFounders, bring in quality people. I know that sounds weird, but it's not. We don't need additional GoFounders. You don't need additional GoFounders. That's why you bring in people that you think are really good people that you want to bring in, that you attract. It's not up to them. It's up to us. It's up to you in OnPassive Nation. And I want you to have that mindset as we continue to grow our team. And our team on OnPassive Nation right now, it can't be stopped. It's growing every day, every week, every month. But I can tell you the people that are coming in, they are really, really high quality people with great character. And they're really excited about the vision of Ash Mufareh and the vision of OnPassive Nation moving forward. It's just going to be absolutely awesome. Before I sign off, guys, I haven't done this yet, but I want to really throw kudos out to some of our founders. And this is just a small portion of them, guys. I couldn't do everybody. But I want to mention some names that are really on fire, really crushing it in OnPassive Nation. And I'm just going to read through the names real quickly just to give them some recognition. They deserve it. I'll start with James Oakley, then Mandrell Ward, Trevor Townsend. He's in the UK. Roger, this is a little tough, guys, because he's from the Philippines. Dumla from the Philippines. The next one is from Nigeria. And Joseph, if I mess this name up, please forgive me. It's Agudnaren. He is from Nigeria. The next one is from Papua New Guinea. It's David I can't pronounce your last name, David. You're going to have to help me with that when we talk. Next one is Ann Long, George Grace from Canada, Mark Smith from USA, Phil Thomason, Clifton Ebersol. And we have more, many more founders in OnPassive that are just crushing it. They're bringing in people all the time and building their business so when OnPassive launches is absolutely going to be awesome. So that's a short little summary of what Ash did for Marty, Dan, and I. I hope that expands your vision and you start dreaming a little bit. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, in the next weeks to come, we will have more very, very exciting stuff. Ash has promised to come on and actually take each product and dissect it for us and tell us how they got to the place where they're at. Again, all the products in OnPassive, they will be superior to anything online, which is a really, really good thing for us and OnPassive. But again, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, go on down below, subscribe, click the bell on the right, and you'll get notifications as I do updates. But after the webinar 2 days ago with Ash, believe me, we are flying high in OnPassive Nation. We are going to get higher and higher and higher. And as OnPassive rolls out, whenever that is, again, I don't care when it is, whenever it is, believe me, this thing is going to be awesome for everybody. And yeah, we're just going to have a ball with it. So that's it for today, guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on the inside. Bye.